Hello friends, welcome on another lab. So we have the lab create a virtual machine on the Azure. So in this lab we will walk through the step to create on Azure Virtual Machine using Windows 2019 data center image and connecting to it using RDP. So first question come in the mind, what is Azure Virtual Machine? The Azure Virtual Machine is a type of on-demand scalable computing resource. It also gives you more control over the computing environment and the flexibility of virtualization without having to buy and maintain the physical hardware that runs it. Virtual machine enable the execution of multiple operating systems simultaneously on a single physical computer. So in this lab, we have some tasks which I am going to talk about right now. So first one is we have to create an Azure virtual machine. The second one, understand deployment detail. The third task is RDP into the virtual machine. And the fourth one is create a snapshot of your virtual machine. So we are talking about all these four tasks in our today's lab, right? So let's get into it. And right now you have seen this URL. This is the URL to access the Azure cloud, the portal.azure.com. So when you sign up the first time, then you will see this window, right? So I'm going to enter it. Now we have to create a virtual machine. So we have now create a resource section, right? Where we have to find out the virtual machine service here. So just let me search it out, virtual machine, right? Just close this, we don't want right now. So yeah, we have the virtual machine here. So we need to create the virtual machine. So I have just clicked on it and it will redirect to us the configure part. Yes. So if you see the group, so we have the already one group which I have created with my lab. So it is the RGE status this number. You can like ignore this because this is only the group name which I want to specify. Now we have the virtual machine lab name. So I have just provided the lab sphere, right? Just put it on one to be identify a unique one, right? And I will let the reason East US as well, right? And in the security type, I have to choose the standard one as of now. And as we have talked about, we need to the window, right, which we want to use the 2019 data center, this, right? And the size, just we have to click all, and from that we have need to be B series, and in the B series we need this, where we have the two CPUs, 4 GB RAM, and the 4 data disk, and the max IOPS is a 1280, right? And the other things. So I have selected it and just let it be loaded. Yeah. So now we have to put our administrator account. So right now I have put the virtual machine name and take the password. You can choose your password, right? So I believe that not must be character. Okay. So mm, 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 mm. Yeah, I think we are all good right now, and we have to go in an inbound select with all ports, and in the all ports we have these ports are there. So we don't need to be HTTPS right now. So for the SSH, the if we want to connect with the SSH command, RDP, we have the RDP with this port, right? and port 80, there's no, there's local hostings, right? So I choose it here. Now we have to click on the disk part, right? So if you see in our disk, so we want the here the disk is first the standard SSD, which is like good for my free trial account, right? So I don't want to be spend too much points here, right? So I have just choose the standard SSD here, and we have the delete with VM. Yep, well, very good. So yeah, now we have to go on the network part, and in the network part we mm, just wait a second. I think on the network part we don't need to do anything here. So yeah, we are going to move on the managing part, and in the managing part I don't believe so we have to make any changes, right? But on the monitoring I don't want to be any monitoring things, right? So I have just put it in a disable, right? And at the last I don't want to be like advanced and text, so I have just directly move into the review plus create, right? Because these detail need to be more time to discuss, so I will create the theory video for this, but right now I am just on a lab. So on the lab we need to complete our task on a time. All right, so we have the let's go lab 2, and we have the all the datas here, right? Correct. So now I'm going to create it. Okay, now understand the deployment detail. So just make it complete this virtual machine, then we will discuss about the deployment detail, right? So it will take a little bit time to complete it, right? Yeah, the deployment in a progress. So great. So deployment is in progress. So when it's completed, then you will see like the configuration we made while creating the virtual machine. And we have deployed a virtual machine with our network interface, virtual interface, or public IP interface, and our network security group. So these all type of detail you will see here, right? The virtual network, you have got it, network, the public IP, and the virtual image are we have created, correct? Now we have to do our third task, the RDP into the virtual machine. So on this task, we have to search the virtual machine on a portal, right? Here, good. I am just go into the virtual machine, and in the virtual machine, I have one virtual machine. I have just click here. Now you will see my virtual machine detail here. We can connect from here, we can start here, we can restart here, right? We can stop here, we can capture the image here, and this is also completed. And after this window, if you click here, so then you are also directly redirect into this page. So from now I'm just going to disconnect it. We have the connect drop down, and in this connect drop down we have to click on the connect. So now you will see our public IP address, correct, where we can access it, and we have the RDP file. So here we have to download this file, right? And if you are a Linux or Mac user, then you need to download the RDP software installer, right? So let me show you here. On this page, you can download the connect to remote desktop service, okay, in Windows Server, okay, if you have the Linux one, correct? So you can take the SDK, or I can say not a SDK, I can say the image where you can install that your in your Linux or a Mac OS system. So you can like go through here, right? So right now I am on a Windows system. So yeah, it will be easy to work on RDP with the Windows system. So we don't have to do like download the RDP. We already have the remote desktop connection application in our Windows system, right? So now I am going to download it. Okay, so it's has been downloaded. So we have to like double click on it, then we will go on the RDP connections. So for the RDP, I have just clicked on the double click the RDP labs VM1 which I have downloaded previously. So if you click on here to be connect, so it's required the password. So password will be the same which you have created during the virtual machine creation, right? So I have just entered it, and after this window is come up, then you don't need to do anything, just click on yes, right? It will take a little bit time to connect your VM. Okay, now you will see the window and all the things, your virtual machine which you have just created, and you can upload any website, any software, anything you want, right? So this is the way to access our VM by the RDP file through the remote desktop connection application in the Windows. And for the Mac OS and the Linux, I have already provided you the URL. So yeah, you will go with it and check it out, right? So yeah, thank you so much. Now we have to complete our final task to create a snapshot of your VM, right? So for that, in the VM, we have the setting option, and in the setting we have the disk where we can find our disk name. So we need to click on the disk where we can find the create snapshot, right? So we have to click on the create snapshot, right? And provide the unique name. So VM1 ng snap, right? And we have to select the incremental, right? You see already we have selected the incremental, correct? And in the other part, I don't believe so, we have to change because we are creating the snapshot here. So we just going to review and create here, right? So before providing you a review and create section with the create button, this AWS portal checking the all the validation part, the value which you have provided right now, is it compatible to role which we have assigned right now is not, right? So now you have to create your snapshot, right? And in a time it will be deployed and show you the option. Okay, now it's already have to redirect into the snapshot image, right? And once the snapshot is created, then it will appear a list of snapshots associated with the disk, right? So by creating a snapshot of a virtual machine disk, you capture the current state of a disk, including all the data and the configuration. This snapshot can be used to revert a virtual machine back to this state if needed in the future, right? So we are going to back on our resource. Okay, so if you see we have the VM1 ng snapshot. Okay, and here you can check or try with the different part, but this is a snapshot of your real VM, or I can say virtual machine. Okay, so I think we have done this lab. Now let's connect to the another lab of the Azure, and thank you so much.